What's up, everybody? Rich here. Thanks for joining me today. Just gonna give a few minutes, not even a few minutes, a few seconds here to just make sure that I have audio and that we're good to go. So just bear with me for a second, and then we're gonna get started. So as you guys know, futures is not open yet because Monday is a holiday. And the futures market is actually going to open on Monday at 6 p.m. Okay, so I'm just here. All right, so we're good to go. All right. Okay, so what I want to do, hi, Ricardo. What I want to do here is really just talk about the swing trade request that everybody has and go through the charts and share some general knowledge and insights with everybody. And and then from there, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to help you guys with whatever I can. Okay, so the first chart request we had was FSR. So I want to talk about this, and as you guys know, I really like trading those inside bars on the weekly chart. So FSR, if we look at last week, it had that inside bar close on the weekly, and look how beautiful that played out this week, right? So that's how it looked last week. So we have the inside bar, things are looking good. All we have to do is bracket the inside bar. We're going to get long right above this high, like this. You put your stop loss on the low, and that's easily 3 times your money. So very clean, beautiful setup. I also want to point out on this here that we had a few inside bars in the past. So let's look at these, right? So if we took this one, that's a winner. We took this one, this is a loser. We took this one, if you shorted here, you could have made just a little bit of money. And then we go back here. If you shorted here, great money. And then this one was an absolute beauty. We had a double inside bar. We broke to the upside, made some good money. So it's a good habit to really look at the stocks that you are that you're trading and kind of look at the past to see, does it work well with inside bars? Does it work well with Fibonacci, etc.? And the other thing that I want to point out from my book here, guys, is the Fibonacci leg. So look at this Fibonacci right here, okay? So this is going to be very powerful. So what do we have here? We had this push down in the market, in FSR. And then we had this push up, okay? Look where we retrace, right to the 618, okay? And then from there, we trade to the extension. Where's the extension? 272, all right? So that's picture perfect beauty. And then as soon as we tag the 272, what happens? We flip over and then we completely reverse. And this is the algorithms that are covering at this 272. So I have the free full strategy on this reversal trading with the 272 extension. It's in my YouTube video called Fibonacci Reversals. So you guys check that out if you want to learn more about that strategy. But this chart, I really wanted to take some time to talk about it because it's really picture perfect. And it's giving a lot of setups for everyone, okay? So really good. I like the action here. Now, pretty much what has to happen here is this bar, as long as this low can hold, that we should just continue to move up. And the reason why is if we take this Fibonacci from the low to the high, look at that. Look at this. Do you guys see this? We touch a 618. Boom, 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 boom. We hold the 618. So this is why Fibonacci's are so powerful. This is why I love trading Fibonacci. So boom, 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 boom. We're holding. Now we should continue and try to push up and make a new high. If we can't, then this will be the line in the sand, this 618. All right. So good request there. Let's look at this SNBL. Another inside bar last week. And, this is what we call beauty. So if we don't look at that, so let's just ignore that. Actually, what we'll do here is let's hit market replay. Let's go like this. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this last week. So how we're going to look at this. So we're saying, okay, we have an inside bar. We have the previous week with a long selling pressure. So we can see that by the length of this wick. So how can we play this inside bar? Well, what we can do is we can bracket it. We can get long if it breaks the high, or we can go short if it breaks the low, right? Very simple. What happens the next week? Boom. absolute like magnificent beauty. And you see how that wick came back down there and pushed us down? That's why when you take these plays, you need to have targets on the way up. So you make sure that you are scaling out. So this is a wonderful trade. Thank you very much for sharing. And now again, like same thing that I said is if we're going to continue higher, this low needs to hold. Okay. So that's kind of how you would look at it moving forward. Tilray. So Tilray, we actually called out in the day trading room. Well, not in the room, on my Twitter. This is the one that I gave you guys for free. So we started off with this inside bar back on the 5th. And then on Monday, we broke through the high and then we squeezed higher, right? So we squeezed higher for basically 145%. So an absolutely stunning trade. But this, my friends, is the most important thing and the reason why we must scale out, because look what happens the next 2 days. So if you're not protecting your capital and you're not taking profits, you're going to have a rude awakening one day. And I don't want you to go through that. So please make sure you're scaling out. Okay. We look at the weekly. This is an absolutely nasty, disgusting candle. It's a lot of manipulation. And that's one of the reasons that I have tried to stay away from the pot stocks, because it's highly manipulated. And the last time we had something like this was back on the initial run. Do you guys see that wick? Like, what the hell is that? That's so nasty. So, you know, with the Tilray here, if this wick ever does break to the upside, I think we have a lot of potential to go higher. But right now, it does not look good for the bulls. So ideally is we gotta, you know, I feel like we could have an inside week next week and then we can reassess this again. But absolutely, you know, crazy right here, guys. Take profits. Ken, thanks for the comment there. Yep, 5x and don't take profits. It's crazy. Yeah, because people get greedy, man. That's just what it is. That's just human nature. And especially new traders. Guys, we have to let go of the greed. All right. So Clover Health, look at this beautiful inside week here. What happened the last time we had an inside candle? Right here. We broke to the upside. We hit targets. And again, if you do not take profits, you get burnt, because look what happens after. I really like this play for 2 reasons. Let's draw the fib. So we could see the 786 was purchased by the algorithms. They already popped it up. They probably already made their money. Now the question is, have the algorithms left this market or are they still here? That's the biggest question we need to ask ourselves. Are the algorithms still here or not? So we don't know, but we have a good clue. We have this inside bar right here. And with this inside bar, if we break above to the upside, this will give us strong confirmation that these algos are still in the market. And this will be a great setup going into next week. So I really like this setup here. This looks really beautiful. We also have the mid-Bollinger Band that's acting as support. So very good play for Clover Health going into next week. SBE. Yeah, so switchback energy. What I don't like is that it's been going sideways and it's been trapping people on both sides. So you see these wicks. They are shorts are getting trapped, bulls are getting trapped. And this has been going on for quite some time. So I get really discouraged when I see charts like that, because it tells me that it's a lot of manipulation. It doesn't really have momentum. However, the longer it does this, the more likely we are to eventually break out. So I would actually kind of be interested to go long if we can break back above this wick or below this wick. So if we go below short, if we go above long, and the reason why, this is a special candle. This candle, the low and the high, completely takes out the previous week's low and high. And I love those candles because it trapped both sides. So usually from this point, whichever side we go will be the winner. So that's how I look at that one. All right, guys. So plug, I'm going to come back to plug, because plug is in my private room and I really think there's a big move coming with plug, but I don't want to really talk about it because I have all my members in there and it wouldn't be fair to them. So I'm not going to talk about plug, guys. I talked about it last week, so check that video out last week, but I'm not going to talk about that. Just, you know, I need to protect the people that pay me and I don't want them to feel like I'm giving away their setups for free. All right, so let's look at Fubo. So Fubo, we got back into Fubo since this inside bar. We scaled out, we hit a lot of targets, and this is why I scale out, because it just went sideways after that, right? So we scaled out on Fubo, already made 4 times the money. Now the rest of Fubo, whatever you have left, 10% left, 20%, whatever you have left is just pretty much for the jokes. You paid yourself. That's what you got to do. Now, whatever is left is just, could be an investment. You're going to keep it as an investment, or you're just going to keep it to see where we can get. But I think what's important now is, because we're starting to go sideways here, is if you did take this play with me, please put your stop loss to break even right now, and just, let it take you out if it wants to, because momentum needs to be immediate. When momentum is not immediate, when it starts to go sideways, there's a lot of bad things that can happen. So we want to make money with the momentum. We want to take off some profits, and then we want to put the stop loss to break even when we can. All right. So that's Fubo. You see, like, this is why when you're in these moves, you want to hit these moves early. You don't want to be the guy that's buying over here. That's not, you want to come in as soon as you can, so that you can get the momentum while it's still there. Because what happens sometimes with these high flyers is it'll die down and it'll just consolidate for weeks, because they want to kill option premiums. Let's be straight up about it. That's exactly what they want to do. Anytime we have consolidation, it's to kill option premiums. That's why the market makers do that. They sell you calls and puts so they can cash out on that premium or whatever the hell they do. That's personally why I don't really deal with options. All right. But I have traders that are very successful in my room that use it. You just need to use it wisely. Okay. FSR. Oh, we just talked about this one. Yeah. So like I said, as long as this low can hold on the 618, we're good to go. NIO. NIO was one of the trades in January that I got stopped out on, and it was so damn disappointing, because it was like I only lost like 3 trades, and NIO was one of them, and it had a lot of potential, and I do not like the price action at all. A lot of players are getting trapped. Look at these wicks. They're breaking out and then they're coming back in. There's so many trapped people in NIO right now. It actually looks better to short if we can break down here, because you can definitely see some trap bulls. All right, so what else we got here? U, pins, PLTR, U, Unity software. I don't really see anything I'm interested in here. No inside bars or anything. Let's draw the fib from the beginning of time. So we're very close to the 50. So these areas are going to be support for you. So these are kind of the zones to be purchasing in. U, pins. What about pins? There's something about pins. And yeah, pins has been doing its thing. Personally, I don't see a setup that I would swing, just because we're already here and I don't want to be purchasing at highs. That's never a good strategy. Either wait for an inside bar or wait for a little pullback here. Otherwise, not really interested. PLTR. Yeah, so, everybody's been waiting for this thing to do its thing. Let's go to the daily, right? So what happened here was we had this big triangle. We broke out. We retested, right? And this is a fib as well. So let me draw the fib here. Sorry, this chart's a little bit messy, but I've been doing a lot of analysis on it. We have the pullback near the 786. And now this, what is this? Who can tell me? Anybody have an idea what this is? What's this wick? Where are we? Right there. I'm going to draw it, and let's see if anybody knows. Let me get rid of all these other ones here. All right, so here we go. Fibonacci, high to low. There it is, 618. So what we can see from this chart is they're shorts now. There's algorithms on the 618. Yeah, Ken, you got it. Beautiful. Daniel, close. That was close. Very, very close. Right? So, and an inside bar. Yep, that's right. There was an inside bar, but I was more looking for the fib. So, in my books, I talk extensively about the opposing leg, right? Everybody's been looking bullish, but now we have an opposing leg in play. We have shorts in play, right? So the shorts are, they're not going down without a fight in PLTR, and it's going to get really brutal from here. Once we identify that there's shorts here, all those guys on Twitter that are saying this thing is going to the moon or whatever, it definitely can, but it's not going to go down without a fight. And we can clearly see the shorts are here. So this is going to be a big battleground right now. So let's see what happens. To be honest, with PLTR, if we continue down here and we break through this low, things can get really nasty. What the bulls need is we need to immediately turn around and we need to break through the 618. If we can't do that, there's going to be a lot of trouble. All right, so we'll keep our eyes on it. Very interested. For me personally, I don't over leverage on things. So it doesn't matter to me if it's right or wrong. If I take 30 trades in a week, let's say day trading combined with swing trading, I don't care. I just treat them all the same. So, that's why I don't over leverage on one thing. You never know what that thing can do. Okay. You never know. So don't over leverage on something. Just spread your risk out. Keep yourself safe. PFE and XRT. PFE is in the swing room. Well, it was, but I took this one off, I believe. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. PFE. Okay. So since we're here, I'm going to give you guys a setup. So welcome to the private swing room. You guys are going to get a sneak peek of what I do. So PFE, we have an inside bar, correct? So let me get rid of this. We have an inside bar. Let's look to the left. We have a bunch of traffic, right? And one thing we saw with PFE, which is interesting, was the market is on fire, right? But this thing is not picking up steam. It's lagging. So my eye is on PFE. If the market starts to become bearish, I believe that this stock is gonna be one of the leaders to the downside, right? So this is actually one of my short plays for next week in a private room. If we break that low of that inside bar, I'm going to be looking to short it, and it's going to be a hedge because I have so many long plays on, and we made a lot of money long, but you still need to have a few short plays that are there to protect you. Okay? You need to do that because when the music stops, if you're playing musical chairs and you don't have a chair, you lose. All right? So that's what I'm looking at for PFE. XRT. Yeah, this looks nice. Retail, is this the bear for the retail? Spider, S&P retail, ETF. We have a double inside week. So what we can do from here is we can just bracket this candle. It's going to be tight, but it's going to be a good risk to reward. So we just bracket that double inside bar, and that looks great. TRXC. So this is what I look for, guys, a lot, is I look for these double inside bar patterns. And you see how beautiful that played out last week. We had that double inside bar, boom, break, right? So that's what I look for. I look for those nice double inside. Right now, I wouldn't be chasing. If I played this, I would have been in it right here at 380. I would have been in it, and then I would already basically double my money. Okay, so that's what I would be looking for. So really nice play. Right now, I wouldn't be interested in chasing, but these are the plays. You got to anticipate where price is going. I said this the other day. I anticipate where price is going. Let's replay this. Okay. When the chart looks like this, you have to ask yourself, where is it going? You can't be late to the party. Nobody likes people that are late to the party. Okay. Make sure you show up on time and bring your own booze. All right. So that's how it looks, right? Double inside. So we're just going to bracket this candle. If it takes out the high, we go boom. If it takes out the low, we go lower. So we have our orders on both sides. Press play. Boom, boom, boom. And then that's it. That's where we are today. So that's how you play double inside bars. Keep it nice and simple, nice and beautiful. So Mara and ABUS. Yeah, so Mara was actually from a day trade we had, a few day trades back on the 5th of February. So right now we have this inside bar on the daily chart. And definitely if it breaks the low or the high of that daily bar, inside bar, it's going to be a lot of explosion because we have some shorts and we definitely can squeeze because look, there's no resistance anymore. So we can squeeze to infinity if we like. What's the point of the triangle? Yeah, it basically, let's go back. Let's see if I can go back here. Yeah. So let's look at this triangle. Triangle has higher lows and lower highs, right? So all it means is that the both sides are still fighting and we're still undecided of who's the winner. And because of that indecision, when we break, we're going to have explosion. Okay? Because if we break here, the shorts are going to get stop run and we explode. And that's what we see. If we break here and go down, the bulls are going to get stop run. And that's what we see. So before expansion, there's always consolidation. The double inside bar shows us when the market is consolidating from an unbiased perspective. A lot of people have theories and they talk about, all this like consolidation, ABCD, wave, elemental P. Look, double inside bar, you put the damn indicator on here, it's going to come up for you. You don't have to do anything complicated. Just put the damn indicator on. Let me show you guys how to do that. Inside bar. On this one. Okay. Then when you go to the weekly chart, you got a double inside bar pattern. Within this double inside bar pattern, do you know what's happening here? If I go to a 5-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, you're going to see all the waves that you see in Elliott wave theory and all the other theories. You're going to see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, L, M, N, O, P within here. And all it means is consolidation. So instead of keeping everything complicated, why don't we just put the indicator on and let it do its work? And then from there, we can take the best decisions. All right. Shop. So Shop, we got into Shop a few weeks ago. And Shop was a great winner. So how we took Shop was on the monthly chart. So you guys see this inside bar. So in the room, this was the order. Entry 1241.32, stop 1140.50. We already hit 2.5 times our risk. And so we already took off. I tell my followers take off between 50 to 80%. And then whatever else you want to do with Shop is up to you. If you want to hold it for the very, very long term, you can definitely do that. Or you can just continue to scale out in multiples. So when you hit 3 times your risk, you scale out. 4 times your risk, you scale out, and so on and so forth. So that was the trigger on Shop. We're sitting comfortably in it and just enjoying the ride. And the best things that you can have in trading are free rides. We love free rides. Make your money and then let the thing go. Yeah, I have nothing to say about this. It is what it is. There's no real pattern. There's no pullback. There's no inside bar. So trade this at your own risk. 1 second, guys. Sorry, that's my Uber. I'm getting a cannoli and a chicken parmesan sub. So I gotta eat too, guys. So sorry about that. But anyways, where was I? WDC. Comment in the chat if you guys like cannolis. I love cannolis. When I was working at Johnson & Johnson, when I was doing a project over there in New Jersey, I had cannolis like every week. I love cannolis. So here we go on the monthly chart for WDC, Western Digital Corp. I really don't see much here. I wouldn't be interested in being a buyer up in these zones. But what we can do is let's draw the fib of this impulsive leg. So let's use the arrow. Let's draw. So we can clearly see, okay, we have this impulsive leg short. Okay. So let's take it from the high to the low. And then we had the 50% trade. Okay. So this is the power of, yeah, we love cannolis. The chocolate chips. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. This is the power of Fibonacci. Okay. We have the impulsive leg. We pull back to the 50 and then we make a new low slightly and then we pull up. Okay. So what this means here is the algorithms that we're shorting here, they sold at the low. and then we had a flush, and then we had buyers that were another set of algorithms that were programmed to buy. And I bet you that's very close to the 10% extension. So let me see. Leave that one there. Let me do 0.1. Oops, 0.1. Where are you? Okay, I think I have to do negative. 1 second. There we go. Yep. See how I was very close to that 10% extension? Because that's something that I've tested extensively in trading, is that 10% mark. For some reason, the algorithms like to come in at the 50 and they like to sell at that 10% extension. So you can see here, they front ran that extension just a little bit and they got rid of their shorts. So they came in here at the 50 and then they sold here at the 10% extension and they made good money. So now we had the reverse, we had the pop, right? And now we had a few inside bars down here. Look at these beautiful, look at this beautiful one right here. And then we had that boom, explosion. So now the question is, what's next? Well, this is going to still be an area of resistance because this is where previous algorithms were identified. So they could still be here for all we know, or they could have taken it up one notch to the 618. So you have to be very careful if you want to be a bull up here. I wouldn't be, right? I would be looking to either let this thing come back a little bit and add, but you know, definitely looks okay for a short also, because we've seen, you know, the algos are here, so we can play to that advantage, right? All right, where were we? Fizz, blank, Apple, plug. Okay, so I told you guys I'm not going to talk about plug because that's one's in the private room and I don't want to talk about that one here. This is a beautiful monthly inside bar. It's still developing, obviously, but so far we've been trapped in the previous range. Let's go to the weekly. So the weekly, we had this hammer that's playing out right now. So here was the inside bar from the hammer, and that's playing out to the upside. So if you're already in this, you're long, and your protective stop is somewhere here or below the low, and you're just kind of let this play out. So we have the bulls that are in this position already from this inside bar. And look at this one. We had this one over here as well. This one has already hit targets on the inside bar to the upside. So now we just have to wait and see what's going to happen here. If we start breaking these lows, we expect us to come back and retest the mid Bollinger Band, right? And then if we draw the Fibonacci from this pivot here, you see how the 618 is lining up very close with the mid band. So the mid band will pull in if we start coming lower. So this is a potential for us to push up, pull in, and retrace. However, if we just rip, we can expect this thing to really have a nice pop, because we do have previous resistance, but we do have a few wicks here, and these wicks represent trapped shorts. So if we can break through those wicks, we can definitely see a lot to the upside, all right? So, hey, we are over 40, and I don't think I've been over 40 people before. So just thank you very much for everyone being here. And I'm gonna want someone in the chat today is going to be able to get something, either a free copy of my book or a free week in the trading room with the private swings. All right. So thanks guys for supporting me. And yeah, I'm gonna support you guys. All right. So we did blank Apple Fizz. What is this? Fizz. So we had this massive bearish inside bar and we just broke to the bottom here, and now we're consolidating. So as long as, you know, if we don't get back up here, then the shorts are in control, and then we can just slowly grind lower, come back to the mid Bollinger Band and consolidate more. What else do we got? Apple. So yeah, let's talk about Apple, man. Apple is a disappointment. I'm putting in the wrong picture. So let me pull up my tracker. So this is the trades that I took in February. So we're in Baba, Disney. We already hit partial profits on Disney. Workday, Shop, and Google already won. Uber, MasterCard won. Failed on Apple, okay? And I want to talk about Apple because Apple was like so shocking because the market is up. Market closed higher. And then last week, we got filled on Apple. So this is the exact order. Entry 137.21, stop 133.25. So we got filled on Apple. You see how it broke through the high? We got filled, and then it turned around and just popped down, okay? but it didn't stop me out because I have my stop below the 618. So it didn't stop me out yet, but it came very close. Definitely came very close to stopping me out there. So kind of disappointing that Apple did not have that follow through like the rest of the market, which makes me a little bit worried because normally tech is the leader of the market. So when tech is lagging and things start falling apart, we can fall apart real quick. So that's why I have a lot of short swing trades on for next week. In case the market does crash, I'm going to be prepared. All right. But the point of this, what I wanted to say to you guys is, so Apple at the time, so we took 10 trades last week. Apple at the time, I really thought was going to be exceptional, right? And it turns out that it didn't win, and we almost got stopped out. But the other ones, like the ones that I showed you guys, so MU, Roku, Chewy, Workday, Shop, Google, they all hit targets, right? But if I would have said would MU was going to hit targets before Apple, I would have said no, right? But the whole point of trading is that you don't know what's going to be your winners or your losers. You just have to take the trades mechanically with the entry and a stop loss, and you have to protect yourself. And if it hits your target, you have to take your profits. Very simple. Okay? So that's a lesson on don't get attached to something and don't over leverage in something because you never know when it's going to work. And why do we think that Apple broke out and then just came back in the range and did nothing this week? I'll tell you the answer. Killing option premiums. This is what the big boys do. They kill the option premiums because everybody wants to get rich buying call options. And that's what they do. All right? That's why I prefer shares personally, so I don't have to deal with the decay. All right? So that's everything that people posted there. So let me talk about some requests in here. So what do we have? AMD. Yeah, so AMD actually, so we had this pivot drawn on AMD. If I pull this a little bit lower here, and we could see that AMD pulled back to the mid Bollinger Band and held the 50% retracement. So really, this was your entry right here. Now we've broken through to the upside, and if AMD can start breaking these wicks, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks, then we can have a big push up. So definitely keep an eye on that for those wicks to see if they can get squeezed. BTWN. Yeah, so this is a nice inside bar right here. So definitely what I would do here is bracket this inside bar. If we go lower, short. If we go higher, go up, go long. And just keep your risk at a good point so you don't over leverage yourself. But this one definitely looks like a high flyer here. So, but inside bars, we treat them the same. Like look at this inside bar here. You could have easily made 1 times. On this one, depending on how tight you were, you could have made 1 times your money. And then on this one, looks like it's setting up for a good move. All right. Where else were we? BTWN, that's done. Baba. I'm not gonna talk about Baba because we have open swing positions on that. Chewy, I'll talk about that. Okay, so Chewy. So you guys know I posted Chewy in the private room and I shared it with you guys on the main room. So we had that inside bar close on Chewy, and this was the exact setup that we took. Entry 110.22, stop 102.25. We already hit first targets on Chewy, and I really think Chewy has a lot more room. So I still have a portion of my Chewy swing on, and I really think Chewy can get going. I think Chewy is a good company because who doesn't like taking care of their pets, right? Plus, we have the actual pattern. We have the inside bar. So when I have a company that has a good technical trading pattern, plus they have a good business model, those are the best trades. And an example of that is Microsoft and PayPal. Those are the 2 big ones that I've won a lot of money on because of a combination of technicals as well as a good business overall. HYLN, did we talk about this? No. Yeah, so this one just looks like a mess. We're definitely just chopping around. There's really nothing to say here. It looks like it's on a fib. Let's see. Yep, sitting on the 886. We're hugging that. So, this is going to be important because usually if the 886 breaks decisively, this low is going to break as well. So really, this is the last chance for the bulls to turn this ship around. But definitely nice fib there. CSU. Again, so the trade was here. This was the trade. Inside bar, boom, breakout, 3 times, 4 times your money, done. All right? That's why you have to scale out. Look, if you don't scale out, then you lose all the gains. So make sure you scale out. All right? From here, it looks pretty bad for the bulls. Looks like we're going to come back in and retest here, but we can get another inside bar next week potentially. And then from there, we can see what's in store. All right? Heads up to look at gold, silver. Okay. Thanks, Sam. Let's look at JMIA. Yeah, so definitely looks good here, but there's no pattern for me to trade. So I'm not going to take the setup. If we can pull back in a little bit here, I'll be interested. We could take the Fibonacci from this low here to this high, and we can say this area would be a sweet spot. So we'll be looking at that. All right. Let's quickly look at gold. So go to the futures, go to the weekly. So all of these notes and details are actually in my book. That's why you guys see sometimes like I have my book, like all those stuff are in my book. That's why you see all my notes. But we talked about gold many times. And this is exactly what's playing out right now. We had this push down, right? So this is the impulsive leg. And now where did we pull back? We pulled back to the 618. So do you guys see the power of the 618? I love the 618. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look at that. Boom. Right? So the algos, they front ran the 618 just a bit. They had their entry here. Let's say their stop above the 786. And they already made a shit ton of money. Right? And now this 618 is key. Bulls need to get above this. If they don't get above this, we're going to go lower. Very simple. CBAT, double inside on weekly. Let's see. Yep, looks beautiful. The only problem with this is, you see, I really like double insides that are at all-time highs, because then there's no ceiling to where we can go. But you see in the past year, we had a lot of resistance. Looks like it's been highly manipulated. So that's the only thing that gets me worried. But from a technical standpoint, we can just bracket the double inside. If it breaks to the upside, go long. If it breaks to the downside, go short. And just keep it simple. Keep your risk at a reasonable amount. Don't risk the house. All right? So any questions with anything else? We went through a bunch. So like I said, futures is going to be open Monday at 6 p.m. Because it's a holiday. But otherwise than that, I had a great week day trading. Day trading has been working really well. And then I have my swings, they're working well. So I like to do both, because sometimes if the swing trade is slow, the day trade will be doing well. Sometimes the day trading is slow, the swing trading will do well. So having a balance is key in trading. Okay, so what I do in the morning, 1 to 2 hours, day trading SPY through futures contracts, put my swing trades are already set up right now. They're already set up. I already put it in on Friday. So on Friday, I post all the swing trade setups for everyone, and then I put them in my broker, so I'm done. I don't have to do anything with the swing trades. I just let it do its thing. Combination of day and swing trading is the best way to grow your account and to easily double, triple your account. And many people have been asking me, can I do it? Yes, you can. You definitely can do it, but it's a process, and you need to get familiar with how to put the orders in. You need to have a system. You need to be disciplined. You need to take the trades every week. You need to not be greedy. Okay. If you can do all of those things, you can make whatever you want, really. Okay. But the hardest part is the human psychology is the hardest part, because your mind, when it comes to money, will always be tricking you, will be against you. Okay. You're going to get greed. You might be up $1,000, but that's not good enough, because you think this thing is going to go to the moon, and then it turns around and stops you out. Right. Those are the things why we have to have rules and systems. So the rules are, okay, I have to scale out here. 2 times my risk, 3 times my risk. I have to scale out. Okay. So make sure you have a plan, write it down, and just execute. All right. So 43 people. Thank you very much. Let me see. So I'm just going to, and I'm gonna pick somebody here, and who was a good person today? I'm joking. Actually, I feel kind of bad just looking through here. I feel like I should just do this at random here. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is after I close this down, I'm gonna tweet out the person in here that is gonna either win a free copy of my book or 1 week in the swing room. So that's up to them what they want to do. And then you guys can DM me and I'll get you a reward. So thank you very much for 40. And then I just want to say one thing, and this is coming from my heart. What I share, the setups I give for free, the knowledge that I give, stuff on my YouTube, no one else does that. People will lead you astray and people will lead you into the abyss, because when they lead you into the abyss, they can take all your money. But that's not my way. I have a lot of money. I don't need it. I do it to help whatever else I can make through my services and trading. It's just a compensation for my time. That's it. Because my room is only $50 a month. I've seen rooms that until you pay $100 or $150, you won't get private Twitter. You're going to get some random bullshit. All right. So just be aware, guys, of who you put your trust into, and make sure you do your own due diligence on people before you put your money behind them, and judge them by their character and not by their Twitter. All right. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much and have a great evening. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Hopefully we can make some money. Take care.